Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Unwind Friday. It's your girl, Lissa Black, bringing you the heat with the street.
And it's your girl, Marie Lewis, certified life and health coach, bringing you tools you can use.
And we are Sisters Edifying.
Yes.
So, tonight our topic is reframing the mind. This is
Reframing those thoughts.
reframing those thoughts. This topic is very important because it affects all of us in some capacity. So let's get into it.
But before we get into it, we would like to know what you guys are unwinding with this beautiful summer Friday. You guys, I am still on a detox, so I am unwinding with a green smoothie, and I have fruit punch crystal light in here.
And I went back to the 2020 classic, the margarita wine, guys. So that's
And what
chose
flavor do you have?
wine with. That is the strawberry flavor, the Gloria brand. It is a skinny margarita for those who are, watching their figure. And you guys may notice something different about me. Get in here. So I'll
Camera, zoom in on like you did me.
like when I moved in. See, guys, I went and got some braces, so just bear with me as I talk over these because I am getting used to them.
We all know
We're
the
trying to get
breakdown,
used
you know,
to
talk a lot.
this is day 3, guys. In a journey it is. So let's jump right into our topic.
Let's jump right into it. We're going to jump right in, guys. We're going to add a PowerPoint up here because I think that when you can see things when you're learning about them, it just gets in deeper and so that you remember them. So like Melissa said, we're going to be talking about reframing those thoughts. Yeah. But before we talk about reframing those thoughts,
What thoughts?
What thoughts? We're going to take a deep breath first. So I would like for you guys to go ahead, close your eyes, relax your shoulders, relax your face muscles, and go ahead and inhale in. And go ahead and exhale out. How did that feel?
Relaxing.
Relaxing. Breathing is so important. Now, y'all know we didn't have a lot of topics. We didn't have several episodes where we talked about the importance of breathing. I just wanted to bring that back to you guys of breathing because as we get into our, reframing our thoughts, breathing is a good thing to help work through that. Awesome.
Yes.
So we're going to start off with we did our breathing. And so have you met your critter brain? Critter brain. Everyone's like, what's critter brain? I think I want to enlarge this a little bit, Melissa, and then we'll go back to it small. You know what I'm saying? So have you met your critter brain? We'll go back and forth to a larger screen. But have you met it? Do you know what the critter brain is?
I think you should tell them.
You think I should tell them?
I think you should tell them.
I think I should tell them too. I think I should tell them too. So the critter brain is, our brain stem. It's the cerebellum, also known as the y'all bear with me.
Reptilian.
The reptilian brain. It's your critter brain. This is the part of the brain that is responsible in charge for our physical, our emotions, our heart rate, our breathing, fight or flight, blood sugar levels, stress levels. Like my nephew said when we talked about it before, fear, things like that.
Yeah.
And sometimes this part of the brain when you could just be laying down, talk to you, and you have to talk back to it. It'll say negative things like, I'm not good enough, or you talk too much there, or things like that.
And when I think about reptilian, I think of repetitiveness because sometimes we have those things that constantly speak to us, whether it's negative or positive. Most times it's negative when something is constantly replaying in your mind. And that's part of that critter brain that you want to speak back to. And not only in today, we're going to show you what it is, what that looks like, where we're going to show you how to speak back to that thing, keep it in check, and how to reframe those thoughts. Those are the thoughts.
Yes, because a lot of people say, oh, if somebody talk back to themselves, they're crazy. No, you're crazy not to talk back to yourself because sometimes self is always talking to you and sometimes it's not always good. And a lot of time, and most people self is talking negative to you.
Yeah.
And if you don't talk back and reframe it, it can ruin your life. It can give you low self-esteem. It can make you less confident.
Give
you
you
know,
anxiety.
yes.
Have you overthinking? Because have you ever been into a situation where something happened and you replaying that thing back in your mind, and then that thing began to take over, and now you should have did this, you could have did that, you should have said that. Ain't no way I should have let that pass. And now that thing is beating you down, and you like, man, oh man, then you start thinking negative about yourself, because now you're not so sure. But before that brain started talking to you, you were sure about what had happened, right? And you get into that argument with yourself constantly sometimes, and you like, dang, I should have never let that pass. Or you start talking about bad about yourself because you should have acted, or you thought you should have acted in a certain way or did something. That's that critic brain.
That's that critter brain. Like sometimes I can go out and have a really good time, and then I can get home, I can ruin it for myself, because then my critter brain, if I don't talk back, I can ruin it for myself, my good time, if I don't talk back. Because sometimes my critter brain will be like, oh, you talk too much, or you told too much your business, or you shouldn't have said that. Oh, I think you offended this person. And that none of that would have had happened. But then I'll start thinking that, and I'll start feeling self-conscious, and I might call you or somebody, say, do you think that I did too much tonight? Now, as I learned how to control that critter brain part of my brain, I'd be like, girl, you ain't do nothing wrong. Now, if somebody sitting next to me might hear me, or one of my kids, they might be like, my better don't talk to her, so she crazy. But
said out loud.
A must that I said out loud, because we have an inner ear, and our inner ear has to hear. Like, you literally learn things, and things stick to you once you read out loud. That's why I say, even if you read a book out loud and it goes back into the inner ear, you're more able to retain that information.
Right. And it's so crazy how everybody critter brain works differently. Like you were just saying, yours say to you, did you do too much? Did you talk too much? Mine is typically about things that had happened around me. Well, she said this or she said that. Did she mean that? Is that what they meant? Or they didn't notice this, or they didn't notice that. Was that cute? Was that? And it's crazy because everybody, you can have critter brain, but it can affect you totally different. And it can say different things to you because it's based off your experience and things that happen, in your life and in your world. So based on your worldview. So when you think of critter brain, it can show up differently.
And these are some examples right here. So these are some examples of negative thinking, all or nothing. Everything has to be perfect, or else it's a failure. Negative self-labeling, like I'm ugly, I'm fat, or I got that question wrong, so I'm stupid, I'm not good enough, or personalization. I'm pretty sure he hates me, and I can just tell by how and I think that's what I be doing, like personalization. Oh, I think I talk too much, they might not have liked me or something. He didn't say my name right, or he didn't look at me, or this person didn't speak to me, or something like that, or catastrophizing. I might have said that wrong, but it's okay. I got a B+ on this test. I'll probably get held back a grade. And that right there is like extreme. But I got sisters who do that.
But that also shows you that it can affect you at any age, because most times when you're being held back, you're in middle school, high school. So critter brain is very important because it you don't age does not matter. It literally happens to anyone at any age and any stage. So that's what when I shared, I said, guys, join, because any and everybody can be affected by critter brain. It is very important to know what it looks like. It's like these are some examples. And again, like I said, it can affect you totally different based on your worldview and your experiences and things that you have been through. So it's important to understand that, and then how to talk back to it. Some of these, so we're going to show you how to talk about some of these things, because sometimes we say these things or something similar, and maybe not exactly, but I'm fat, or this, or man, I shouldn't have ate that cake, now I'm gonna be big, or whatever it
or
is.
minimizing yourself. Like, I got just minimizing yourself. I'm lowering yourself, your ability on things like that, or jumping to conclusions about something, or about how somebody overthinking, how somebody might have felt about you, or just, you know, things like that. And even if you're not suffering from critter brain, or you learn how to take care of it, you can help teach your kids how to take care of those negative thoughts. Because especially when they get in junior high school, or not even junior high school, when they get to like fourth and fifth grade, they start being concerned about how people think about them and how people see them, and their critter brain gets to lighten up on, you know, fire, lighten up all over. And you can teach them how to reframe their thoughts with what we're going to teach you how to reframe your thoughts with, so they can know how to talk back to these things, so it doesn't affect their life negatively. Because, you know, that part of our brain is good for us. It's our part of our brain that protects us from harm and danger. But sometimes it gets off track, and we just have to keep it in line.
Absolutely.
And we keep it in line by speaking back to it, teaching it, training it. So it don't look like my whole thing is on here.
That's all right. We're gonna go with what we got. So let's talk about the power of reframing and what that looks like. So when we talk about reframing, we're talking about reframing those thoughts. So a problem as an opportunity, a weakness as a strength, an impossibility as a distant possibility, oppression against me as neutral, doesn't care about me or even positive for me, unkindness as lack of understanding. So let's think about when we talk about weakness as a strength. So when we talk about things that we did incorrectly, nowadays we say that's an opportunity. It's an opportunity for me to learn this, to get better at this, to perfect it, or whatever it is. But even if that's your weakness, you don't look at it as a weakness, but look at it as an opportunity. If it's something that you cannot do, look at it again as an opportunity for you to learn it, to get into it, to research it, to find more about it. And that's a part of reframing those negative thoughts. Oh, I didn't do that well. Well, how can I do better next time? I did what I can this time, but for next time, how can I be better at that?
Absolutely. And that's why I say the power of reframing, because like what you were saying, that's your power. You have power over your thoughts.
Yes.
You control your thoughts. You direct your thoughts.
Absolutely.
But if you let them run wild, it's like letting a toddler run wild, or a teenager run wild. You have to set rules for those thoughts, and you command it to be in line with, like me, my thoughts. I command it to be in line with the word of God, what God's word says about me, who God says I am, and who I know that I am. So when my thoughts say something contrary to that, I have to correct it, because we are human and we go through human things, and we have these human thoughts, because, you know.
And I always find myself to people, when I hear them saying something negative or beating themselves down, I say, you did what you could. You did what you could. That's always my response. People will be like, "Yo, man, you did what you could." Absolutely. In that moment, whatever that was, you did what you could. So that's it. Next time, let's do better. If that's what you feel like you can do better, then let's talk about next time what I can do to do better. But let's not focus on what you did not do during the time you did what you could. And that's why I always say, hey, you did what you could. And so instead of saying like, oh, I'm stupid, or I'm fat, or hey, I'm gonna study this. Hey, I'm gonna research that. I would like to know more about that topic. I wonder, I'm gonna go ahead and because right now we are in the age of technology. Everything is at your fingertips. It is nothing that you cannot know. You can simply research it. You can go Google it. That's the home phrase. Google successfully made themselves a home name. Now we just say Google it. We don't say look it up, research it, Google it. We are in the age of technology, so it's impossible for you to be dumb. You could be uninformed. You could have not researched it, but you can absolutely take those opportunities and go research it. Go learn more about that. If you feel like you're fat and you want to change, then what can I do to become healthier? Okay, well, take steps. I'm going to eat better. I'm going to drink my water. I'm going to go on small walks. I'm going to start doing small exercises. How can you be better in that? And those are the things you want to speak to.
Yeah. So this right here is right here. I just want to show you. So example of reframing is, considering the word discipline. For many people, that word has a negative, connotation to it. So discipline seems something hard, like negative to do. So instead of using the word, you know, discipline, you can change that word into something else. An impossibility as a distant possibility, or you know, reframe the word as variation of discipline, then committing to caring for oneself. Like Melissa said, every day becomes a gift of being disciplined to yourself. So instead of using the word different, discipline, when you're trying to lose weight, you can say, I'm caring for myself. Right. I'm exercising and I'm eating like this because I'm caring for myself. Not I got to be disciplined because it seems hard. Like discipline make you seem like you can't.
Almost like I gotta be. But focus. I'm gonna focus on this because I want to be.
When you think about I'm caring for myself, it changes it. Like they said, it changes it into a gift, of being, disciplining yourself. It changes how you feel about it. Because some words make you feel rebellious. Some words make you rebel against yourself. But if you change those words, then you see things different.
Right. And always set realistic expectations, because that is going to help you be more successful in anything that you try to do. When it comes to reframing your thoughts, start off small. If you start feeling things, do things to change that. I'm feeling sad today. Nope, I'm not feeling sad today. I'm gonna choose to be happy today. You know what? I'm gonna go out, take a walk. I'm gonna call a sister. I'm gonna call a friend. I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go work on that project I had already planned to work on. You know what? Today is not my day. Nope, not today. Not my day. But you know what? Today I'm gonna focus on this show I want to watch, or something I want to catch up on. Today I'm gonna go. So it's different ways to reframe your thoughts, but always be realistic to you with yourself. Always think in a way, like don't put, like, I feel like people sometimes we think about what others would say. But if you say it in your words and what resonates with you, then you'll be more successful in that. So for me, if I'm having a bad day, I'm gonna say, you know what, today is not today is the day that I'm gonna do something different.
Or you could say, well, like I told, one day I had a meeting when I did reframing, in a meeting for some of our instructors at the school.
Yeah.
I would just let them know every day does not have a. Give yourself margin for a B day. It's okay for you to have a day that's a B, you know? So it gives you that opportunity to not beat yourself up so much. Even though I know people like, oh, strive for the highest or whatever, because if you expect an A every time, you're going to always be disappointed. Because in reality, I had an instructor tell me at school, nobody really gets 100% on anything.
All right, there's always something, and people grant leniency.
Nothing is perfect, because 100% is like perfect, right? So they always give you some points took away, because nothing is 100. So if you fix your mind to know, like, I'm not perfect and I did the best I could today. Oh, if you tell yourself, I did the best I could today, tomorrow I will do better. If you want to,
if I can do better, I'll do better.
Like today. So we started the challenge, the 30-mile challenge, where I could walk 30 miles for the month of July for St. Jude's, to raise money for St. Jude's Hospital that take care of sick children. And I wanted to walk 3 miles today, but I only can do 2 miles today because I started having some knee pain, and then the temperature had went up because I got out there kind of late. And I didn't beat myself up about it. Well, at first my mind tried to. I said, no, tomorrow I will try to walk the 3 miles.
Yes. And then today, out of all days, guys, I've been, and then it's crazy because I've been checking my wrist all day. I find myself, nothing's there. Today is the day, like she said, we started the challenge. And I am like, where is my watch? And then I keep telling myself, I'm gonna get my watch. I gotta figure it out. And then I get distracted. I'm gonna get my watch. As you can see, I have not gotten my watch. So I'm walking around here, supposed to be getting steps, and I don't got my watch. But you know what?
Steps.
You're supposed to get my miles. Right. But steps equal miles. You got to do steps to get miles, baby. You got to crawl before you walk. You understand?
But y'all, let's tune into let's get into this right here, because right now we're going to show you how to reframe those thoughts into a positive. And I would like for you guys to comment in there a thought that you want to reframe, and reframe it on your own, something else that you can tell that thought once you have it. So let's go into that. Yeah, that would be an action step. I don't know, that's kind of big over there, but it just says reframing your thoughts, and then that little thing says our belief creates, like, your thoughts. I'm gonna read that again. Our beliefs create our experiences, and our experience confirms our beliefs. So this is the reason why we have to talk back to ourselves. We have to reframe those negative thoughts. Yeah. So, oh, wait a minute, you guys. I didn't mean to do that. I clicked on this and it went to the next one. So I was trying to go back. Up. Frozen up a little bit, and I'm there we go. So guys, it is back. Sorry, we had a little freeze up there. But this right here is common judgment. So common judgments that you might tell yourself is like, I'm not good enough, right? That's something that all of us may have told ourselves at one point or another. Have you ever told yourself that about something? Maybe not, but
I mean, I feel like we do it in different ways.
Yeah, or we word it differently.
Right, exactly. We don't necessarily say like I'm not good enough. It depends on the situation we are in.
You are enough. So if you acted as if you are enough, then you won't feel like, instead of, even if you felt like I'm not good enough, you continue to act that you are enough, know that you are enough, tell yourself I am enough, and acting that way, then you can shoot that thought right up out of there.
Fake it till you make it.
And the next one is, Melissa, you want to go ahead to that one?
You know what? I don't know where you were.
Oh, wait. It's the next one. Well, I'll wait, keep going. Yeah, because I'm not smart. You know, some people tell us, I can not smart. I heard people tell me I can't do that because I'm not smart. Older people use that one a lot. Or okay. Or they're not, because they're not knowledgeable with like technology and things like that.
Yeah, and you know what? My mother-in-law, not to name name, but she does that a lot. And I always say to her, you didn't get this age being dumb. You know something. I said, I think sometimes you got to be real with people.
You do.
And sometimes you got to call them out. And I said to her, I think you use that as a crutch because it is your way of getting things done without having to do them. But here you're not allowed to not be smart because I'm going to show you what to do, and then you are responsible for doing it. I will no longer do it for you. I will no longer allow that to be a crutch for you. So now she said, you know what, you're right. So now she don't say I'm not smart. Now she'll say something like, oh, can you show me this? So if she found her way, can you show me this or something like that? And so, but she knows that she's going to have to do the work because I'm not going to no longer do it for her.
So, like I was saying, the common judgment, I'm not smart. But what if you think of all your accomplishments instead of thinking that I'm not smart? Yes. Think about some things you have accomplished through your life. Right. No matter how little, no matter how big, that shows you that you are capable. And that thing, or even if you say that you're, instead of saying I'm not smart, you can say I'm capable. Exactly. If smart seems like a big, because sometimes the word smart can be intimidating. Mm-hmm.
Or like I said in the beginning, I don't know that, but there is an opportunity there for me to learn it. There's an opportunity there for me to research it. There's an opportunity there for me to educate myself more on this subject. Everybody don't know everything about every subject. Otherwise, we wouldn't need Google, right? So there's always opportunities for all of us to be better at everything.
Mm-hmm. And the next common judgment is a perfect one. I'm behind. Because sometimes we get behind in our jobs and our goals. We just reached the second half of the year, and some of you guys might feel like you're behind in your goals, but don't beat yourself about it. Melissa lost her watch today. Well, misplaced her watch. She might feel like she's behind in her miles, but don't do that. Don't, because then you'll overthink it and it becomes a negative, and it can cause stress. It can cause anxiety. It can just cause you uncomfort. It can cause you to give up. That's true, Melissa. So instead of I'm behind, what if you think I will make time to catch up? Instead of beating yourself up, oh, you know what? I didn't get to do that this week. Let me make a list or something. I'm gonna make time to make that up. Set a date, set a time where you can make it up instead of overthinking that I'm behind.
Absolutely. So tomorrow.
And then, so tomorrow you can make that out. You know what I'm saying? Or you can just say if you plan on walking 3 miles today, you can still make that up. You can walk 2 miles and a half, and then 2 miles and a half, and then that makes you caught up. Keep doing it to catch up. And then here's the last common judgment. Everything has to be perfect or else it's a failure. You know what I'm saying? What if you think I am, let me see. What if you think I am to the best I can be? I'm doing the best of my ability.
Well, like I say, you did what
you did what you could. If you don't do something correctly or the way you feel like it should have been done or the way somebody else feel like it should be done, if you did it the best of your ability, you did what you can do. You did your job. I tell my daughter all the time, if you're working the hardest you worked at school and see it's the grades you did, you did the best you can do, and I'm proud of that, C.
And you know what? One thing I've learned over this past about almost 8 months being at the new job I'm at is take emotion out of it, and then you put the facts. Now you stuck with the facts, and when you look at the facts, it's very different than when you add emotion into it. So now it's not that you didn't do everything you could. It's literally I did what I could with what I knew and how I knew how to do it. So now you've done everything you could and you didn't mess up. But if you did it for somebody else, I always say, well, how
Just go ahead.
so yeah, so you start with, if it was somebody else, then you would say, how would you fix it? What would you do to be better?
Exactly.
And that's all you have to do.
And this same thought frame what Melissa's talking about, it helps with forgiveness too. Like when all right. So if you guys are angry with somebody, mother, dad, father, if you take and think like the pause, like they did the best they could raising me with what they had, especially if you learn their story or something.
That's a good segue into our next.
Yeah, it is. It is. So reframing can help with forgiveness also. So I'm going ahead and move on to the next slide right here. And this is our last one. And I need to make this big because this is important. These right here, and this is the cover. The way you speak to yourself matters. It matters, you guys. The way you speak to yourself, the things you tell yourself matters. You become who you believe you are, and you are who you say you are. I'm gonna say that again. You become who you believe you are, and you are who you say you are. So if you say you dumb, if you say you can't, if you say you're not good enough, then you become those things.
And you know what? And right in that moment, the thought came to my head when they say you are what you eat, you are what you speak.
You are what you speak. The word of God tells you that.
Speak. So if you say to yourself, I'm successful, I'm strong, I'm resilient, I'm beautiful, I'm smart, I can, I can, I can, I can, I will, I can, I will. Then things begin to change for you. Instead of saying those negative things, I can't, I won't, oh, I'm so this, I'm so that. So you got to silence that negative self-talk.
Yeah, you see that silence never self-talk with one easy trick, and that is reframing.
Yes.
Reframing silences that negative thought. Reframing, guys. Reframe those thoughts. They silence it. And we just thought that was so important because so many people are dealing with so many things. The world is kind of right now, and so people are getting business running their businesses are getting harder. You know what I'm saying? School, affording gas is getting harder. Yes. Affording gas, but I want you to speak positive. Yeah. For your business, speak, my business is going to survive this. Don't speak, oh, I'm not going to make it through this time right now. Right. No, speak is going to survive it, because if you speak, my business is going to survive it, you're going to do the things that help your business to survive. But if you speak, it's gonna fail. You're gonna give up.
And I also believe some reframing calls for action, right? So if you say, I'm feeling sad today, you say, nope, I'm going to get up, I'm going to get out, I'm going to go change this, I'm going to go fix that. Or if you say, my business is not doing well, nope, I'm going to make some small changes to make sure that we're going to make it through this time. I'm going to pull back on this because that's really not needed. I'm going to change that over here. Oh, we don't, put some action into some of those thoughts.
Or if you say, I can't afford. Hi, hey, how you doing? How you doing, Auntie? If you say I can't afford this, no. First thing, and take and redirect your money to where it's going to. I call it money plug. Plug up those money drains. Because if you plug up those money drains, like my sister Teresa just went to plug up money, and she could not believe how many subscriptions she forgot to cancel. I mean, it was like 20s and 50s a month just coming out of her account for months that she didn't even know, until it was so many of them that she said, you know what, she was calling people, she said, I'm just canceling these cards out. So it's important just to go through, but it's important, you guys, just to speak positive. And you guys, I have an exercise that we can do, a written exercise. You can come into the office if you're in the area. If you're not in the area, you can just click on the link and we can do an online session. So we're going to put the link up for you to get a free session. You can get a free session so we can talk one-on-one on how you can reframe your thoughts, so we can dig deep into the negative thoughts you are having and come up with counterparts for those thoughts, so that you can be on the track, because your thinking is important with how far you will go in life. Your thinking is important on your how you feel in life, your quality of life. Mm-hmm. Your thinking controls your quality of life. So I would like for you guys to take advantage of the free session. We're going to put the link up so you can tag on there. And then once you put the link up and you schedule it, I'm going to email you it. And then I'll email you the paper that we can work on together, or you can come into my office if you live locally in the Grand Rapids area. We could just dig in deep into that, and we could do this reframing session together for free.
Absolutely. And we also want to say, take it a step at a time, guys. We don't want you to make any drastic changes. Everything move slowly into, work your way into, and that guarantees or helps with a better success rate. So guys, thank you guys so much for joining us.
And remember, can I say one more thing? It takes 21 days to see change. So if you start reframing and then you say something and you hear yourself say something negative, don't beat yourself up about it and be like, you know what? I'm going to try again tomorrow to be better with this reframing my thought thing,
Yes, it's a work in progress. It's always a work in progress for everybody. So, guys, thank you guys so much for joining us. As always, guys, we always say drop a topic in the comments or inbox myself or Marie. We will do the research for you and bring it before you. As always, guys, thank you for joining us. Please like and share this video, and just let us know what you think about this topic, if you liked it, or if you have a topic you want us to do.
And I just would like to say one more thing, guys. Please share our video. What me and Melissa are doing, we're trying to build people up. We're trying to build you up. We want to be able to sit in here and have discussions that build us up, so that we can be the best, so we can be the best in our business, the best at our job, the best mothers, the best daughters, fathers. So you guys, please share this, because these videos could help somebody else. Even if you feel like it wasn't for you, it can help somebody else. Share, subscribe, hit that thing. We're here every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And if we're not here on that Friday, that because an emergency came up, like one Friday we had a family member
we normally
suddenly
good at
passed,
pretty good at letting you guys know that. So we apologize for that one, but we had a death in the family. You guys know how that goes.
So like Melissa said, thank you for joining us. See you next week. Please share, subscribe, hit that bell, and we love you. Bye-bye.